Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 3rd of July 2019. So, yesterday's news, not really an awful lot going on, but gold spiking, bond yields plunging, and China composite PMI tumbles. So, all economic news at the moment globally seems to be getting worse. No surprise given the inversion in the yield curve. So let's start off with the Dow for yesterday. Fairly quiet day. As I said, we're running up to the Independence Day celebrations for tomorrow, so the markets will be closed. And I don't think there's any news out today, he says, and there is. So didn't think there would be, but they're getting this in before the Independence Day then. So we've got the non-farm employment change and the ISM non-manufacturing, again predicted to be lower there as well, and the change of 140,000 in the non-farm ADP as well. The main event is Friday. I mean, it's I've said before, you start to wonder whether it's worth actually looking at the economic news, because the market just moves on trade deals between Trump and China and whatever else is tweets that he's sending out. But so there's a bit of news today that could move the market back towards the upside, but at the moment very sideways. Yesterday an inside bar as well. The market waiting to see if Powell is going to reduce rates or not. So yesterday the market moved lower, retraced 76% retracement, which then reversed the market, sending it above the 200 bar moving average. Got another retracement here before the market then moved lower. And then we come to the situation of getting through the 200 bar moving average, but then banging its head against the 200 bar. And then we have a shakeout to the downside, where we see the buying come back in, short covering here. Market goes up, and you can see that once we clear the 200 bar moving average here, we get some buying with the green bar, and the market moving lower until again we sit on the 200 bar moving average. You can see how influential this is, and then the market's moving back to the upside. And on the overnight we remained above this, and currently in the electronic market we are still above the 200 bar moving average, which you can see here. Let me just make this a bit easier to see and then drag the chart over so you can see there above the DP and the 200 bar moving average at the moment, and above the 50 and the 20 as well. So again, this market trying to move to the upside. Wouldn't be at all surprised today if we don't see the market attempting to move higher before the Independence Day celebrations tomorrow. It's got a bit of resistance now at 26,911. See how it fares there. Meanwhile, in the pound, this continuing to move lower, heading down towards the 76% retracement that we have drawn in here. See if the market stays at this level. And again, you can see yesterday the dollar is turning around and moving back to the upside. The pound is moving to the downside there. Bitcoin moving back to the upside there. You can see this in the daily charts, and as we drill down into the smaller time frames, here's your buy signal in the 4-hour chart, where the market has moved back towards the upside there. We get the right tool would help, wouldn't it? There we go. So used to drawing 76% retracements, and there you can see the market moving to the upside there. Currently in the 4-hour, the market up $882 off the last buy signal, right down towards the 200 bar moving average, which I spoke about using this time frame a few weeks ago in the alert as a way of trying to hold the position for the longer term. The only problem is it takes a lot more Bitcoin to actually hold the position, because of having to place the stop obviously down at this level. Or if you can't do that, wait for the market to come down below the 200 and then settle back, as I've shown you before as well, using that as a line in the sand and a cushion for the market to actually come back and retest. In the intraday, this is exactly what I'm talking about. The market has been through the 200 bar and then it breaks through to the upside and then comes back and has a look at it here, and that way you can reduce the risk as well. The market had a quick run to the downside yesterday. You can see them buying back into it, and there's a bit of a battle here as well because the market's come off the high. You then get the retracement before the market makes its way back to the upside there above the 200 bar moving average, and this is where we are currently with regards to the Bitcoin price. And the rest of the news, we'll start with the implied volatility. This dropping nicely for the Dow 1120. Watch these sort of areas as the market gets down to here. It would be great if we could see a bit of a run to the upside, and it would also be great if they actually reduced the rate by a 0.5%. It would look good on paper to start with. We'd see the implied volatility drop to these lows and beyond, and then there will be some sort of carnage as the reality of decreasing interest rates when the market is at all-time highs is unprecedented, as I've said before, and that would be a very interesting situation. So 1120 for the implied at the moment. We could do with this dropping down to the 10% area and below, which we saw in 2018, and then the market correcting. Deutsche Bank continues to defy all of the economic news and its own problems, and remains on the upside here, having moved up significantly in the last few weeks, and still above the get rid of that, still above the 200 bar moving average. If I can stop this doing this, there we go. Still above the 200 bar moving average there. So yeah, positive for this one as well at the moment. But as I've said to you before, there is a pattern in this market which you will see where you get these bounces and then eventually the market returns. So that's all we've got at the moment, is a repeatable pattern going on and offering a good potential short on this market at the moment as it attempts to try and hold at these levels. Okay, that will do it for this one. Tomorrow is Independence Day. Depending on what happens today, I'll decide whether to do an alert or not. Otherwise, I will see you on Monday, as Friday will be half-day trading, and see what happens. Unless anything exciting happens, otherwise see you in Monday's alert with a review of today and Fridays. Okay, that will do it for this one. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.